This is my Baer Ultimate Tactical Carry. So this gun was made in June of 2014, and that's when I bought it new. And since then, I've put 26,900 rounds through it. Prior to this, I haven't done any videos, so I just want to do a video to kind of update on this gun, and then going forward, I think I'm going to try and do an update video every 5,000 rounds, which is when I also will continue doing my albums of the gun, showing all the parts and updates and everything, continuing on my thoughts if there were any problems or parts breakages or anything like that. So I'll still be doing those, and I'm going to start supplementing them with a video. So let's see. This gun started out as just a standard Ultimate Tactical Carry or UTC. The only variation on it was that it's a 1.5 inch guaranteed gun, which means with Baer, they send it with a test target showing a 1.5 inch or less group, although there's not a whole lot of indication on how far they actually shot that group at. But anyways, they send it with a test target, and I think it's a $295 option, and supposedly it's guaranteed to shoot 1.5 inch groups or less at 50 yards if shot from something like a ransom rest using match grade ammo. I don't think they officially specify on what ammo, so there's a lot of variables there, and quite frankly I don't know how much that option is really worth, but I honestly just went with it because that's what John at 1911 Heaven had in stock when I ordered it, and I was impatient. If I bought another one, I don't think I would get the option, but I also don't necessarily think the option is a really bad thing. I just don't think it's worth it. Moving on. I had the gun, I shot it for 5,000 rounds, which the first 5,000 rounds I shot in the first year that I had it, almost exactly actually. And then I did my first detail strip and clean. I had done field strip and cleans before that, of course. Did the first detail strip and clean, got it really cleaned up, and I sent it to Alchemy Custom to do a couple modifications. So as you can probably tell if you're familiar with Baers, this isn't a standard UTC anymore. It's also not that heavily modified, but it has thicker grips, the full-size grips, and full-size bushings. Normally they come with slim grips and slim bushings. I actually did that before I sent it to Alchemy. And then at Alchemy, I had them put on a EGW bar stock slide stop. The Baer one is a cast part, and I didn't have any trouble with it. I actually still have it as a spare on the off chance I need it. And I had no problems. I just kind of did that because if I was sending the gun, it provided a little bit of peace of mind, I guess. They also refit the barrel feet to the slide stop pin, and they even had to widen up the hole in the frame for the slide stop because they fit it really tight. They did a great job, and the gun worked perfectly afterwards, just like it did before, so I'm happy with that. I had them fit 2 extra extractors, and they went with Wilson bulletproof ones at their recommendation. I just let them choose the part, and that's what they went with. And I had them put one of them in the gun, so I still have the original extractor. It was totally fine, worked fine, it wasn't broken or anything. I have that as a spare, as well as one more brand new Wilson bulletproof as a spare. So I have the one in the gun plus 2 spares essentially. I had them do the EGW thick bushing as well. Again, stock parts worked fine, weren't broken or anything. I just kind of honestly liked the look of the thick bushing. I didn't really have a much better reason for swapping it. As well as the matching recoil plug. And then an Ed Brown 25 line Prince checkered mainspring housing with blended magwell. So I just had those things, I think that's it. I just had those things swapped at 5,000 rounds almost entirely for personal preference and a little bit of peace of mind. Nothing was wrong with the gun. It certainly worked great before that too. Anyways, let's see. Yeah, so currently it has almost 27,000 rounds. At 30,000 rounds, I'll do another detail strip clean, um, a pretty good write up with a bunch of pictures of all the guts and everything, and my continuing impressions of the gun. I use primarily Wilson ETM magazines. Um, they work, and I like them, and they don't really wear out. I haven't had to swap the springs on any yet. The only thing that does happen is the followers get a little gummed up in the tubes, but that's only after a long time, like thousands of rounds through that individual magazine before it gets gummed up, and then you just take it apart and clean it, and it's kind of a pain, but it's no big deal. I don't think they get gummed up any faster than any other magazines, also, I should add. So I've been using this gun in some matches very recently. I just started that, so I've used it in one USPSA match, shooting single stack, and then also in a couple local just steel target matches. And the gun did great, no malfunctions or anything as expected. I was definitely the limiting factor. Yeah, and then so moving forward, I'm going to do an update every 5,000 rounds in addition to what I already do. You can see what I've already done on this gun if you go on reddit.com/r/1911fans. You'll see a bunch of range reports that I do on this, as well as those 5,000 round updates. And if anything major happens in between the updates, it'll be posted there too, although that hasn't happened yet. Nothing broke or really anything. And that's it. I really like this gun. That's why I shoot it as much as I shoot it. I'm not going to take it apart right now. That'll be at 5,000 rounds or at the next 5,000 round interval. It's really dirty too. It really needs to be cleaned, honestly. But yeah, I love the gun. Shoot a lot. It's much more capable than I am. It works great. Everything's good with it. Thanks for looking.